This is a real number. And I know it's just one guy, but this is a real number. Somewhere out there is a man trying to sell a single ticket to the World Cup final for $11,499,998.55. The 55 cents is what gets me. It's like the guy ran the numbers, looked at 11.5 million and said, you know what? I can't round it up that extra buck. That'd be price gouging. I mean, yeah, that is a real asking price on FIFA's own resale site as of the time of recording this video. And it is the perfect analog for what Gianni Infantino, Donald Trump, and Rudy Giuliani's son and all of their pals have done to the beautiful game, the World Cup. They have taken the most beloved event on the planet and ran it through a wood chipper with Ticketmaster's logo on the side. If you look, the U.S. team opening match as of Monday, June the 8th, isn't sold out. Face value seats are still available and thousands of resale seats are sitting out there. Canada, same problem. Only Mexico's opener against South Africa in Mexico appears to be a true sellout. Meanwhile, for the rest of the games, tens of thousands of tickets are being pulled off the market. That usually means one of a few things. Number one, the unsold tickets, they're going to be given to sponsors so that somebody can call it a sellout. Or they plan on closing off the upper sections of the stadium and moving everybody down so it looks better on TV. Either way, the demand for tickets is not where FIFA promised us. I mean, for the first time ever at a World Cup, FIFA is using dynamic pricing, surge pricing, the same thing that you see with airlines and Ubers that is essentially witchcraft, where the numbers go up just because you want the thing even more and allegedly didn't clear your cookies the right way. Tickets to the final started at $6,700, which was already roughly 4 times the top price at the last World Cup in Qatar. And by spring, that same seat had climbed to nearly $11,000. On the resale market, the cheapest, the absolute floor for the final was running around $9,200. And then yes, there's our friend out there with the $11 million dream and his very precise 55 cents. And by the way, FIFA, they keep all the money, not the stadiums, not the host cities. The full ticket haul flows straight back to FIFA. They hold a monopoly, and FIFA's never been accused of misusing their funds, right? And look, people are done pretending that all of this is normal. You've got the attorneys general of New York and New Jersey, even some folks back in the UK, opening probes into FIFA's ticket practices. Football Supporters Europe, joined by a consumer group, they filed a formal complaint with the European Commission, calling the whole thing a monumental betrayal. And they have been accusing FIFA of abusing their monopoly. What's new? Even getting to the stadiums can cost you an arm and a leg. New Jersey Transit, you're going to have to pay $150 round trip from Penn Station to MetLife Stadium for the final. That trip normally costs folks $13. After everyone screamed about the price, they generously slashed it back down to $98, only 7 times the normal price. Thank you. You're a saint. And if you thought you'd at least get a cheap beer once you're inside, sit down. This weekend, England played a warm-up friendly match against New Zealand in Tampa. It's a dress rehearsal for the tournament. I was there. Fans, they've been complaining about the drink menu, and it went viral. A premium beer, $18. Domestic beer, $16.75. Bottle of water, $8. And the showstopper, this ultra premium double cocktail, $26.50. And yet the pitch was uneven, the lines were crooked, and there were so many empty seats, somewhere in the vicinity of like 39 to 40,000 left unsold, that they moved everyone down to better seats so it looked better on TV. Oh, this one pissed me off too. The American fans started the effing wave. The single worst thing to ever happen to sports ever. Okay, I might be exaggerating about that point, but if you know me, you know that I hate the wave with every ounce of my being. Thankfully, the European and English fans, they gave it the one finger salute and booed the wave when it got to their section. But beyond the tickets, beyond the $18 beers and the god-awful wave, there is another more important factor that is keeping people away from the World Cup: Donald Trump. He chairs the White House World Cup Task Force. He signed the executive order that put himself in charge. J.D. Vance, the vice chair. And the executive director picked to run the whole thing, Andrew Giuliani, Rudy's son, whom Trump personally praised in the announcement as a highly competitive golfer. The biggest sporting event on earth, soccer, overseen by Rudy's kid, whose headline credential is a completely different sport. Great. And rounding out this evil bromance, FIFA's president, Gianni Infantino, who walked into the Oval Office personally handing Donald Trump a golden ticket to the final. So while regular fans, they're being asked for $9,000 and their papers at the gate, the guy in charge got that golden ticket and a peace prize. But if you think it's bad for fans, it's even worse if you're a player from another country. The official motto of Trump's task force for the World Cup, straight out of Infantino's mouth, is that America will welcome the world. Welcome the world. So this weekend, we welcome the world, like we did with Omar Artan, a Somali referee. Artan is one of the most respected officials in all of Africa, and he would have been the first Somali ever to referee a World Cup. And when he landed in Miami to do his job, he had a valid visa in hand. He went as far as to get a diplomatic passport. The United States turned him around at the airport and put him back on a plane to Istanbul. No reason given other than the small detail that Somalia sits on Trump's travel ban list. And he's not the only one. And in a terrible I told you so moment, an Iraqi player got pulled aside and grilled for nearly 7 hours at O'Hare. Iran had their visas yanked for its officials, while their players have to commute from Tijuana to the United States to play their games and then get back to Mexico to sleep. Scottish fans, many of them that applied for travel authorization, saw their approved applications suddenly changed last week to travel not authorized with no explanation. The U.S. is welcoming the world. And this World Cup is going to be a disaster. And I welcome you to comment below. Tell me what you think this World Cup will look like, and even though we're all boycotting it, tell me who you think's going to win.